A lot of people will tell you guys to do what you're passionate about. I think the most important thing is to do what you're good at, to figure out what you're good at, and then make that your passion.
Jake has been a mentor of mine for a lot of years now. I started as a dishwasher here, and he's helped me kind of move up from different positions, and he's always really inspired me to take the next step.
I've been here 19 years, since 2006.
My 13th year. Ayla was born my first year here.
And in the summertime, we're right next to City Dock, as you can tell by where I'm standing. I came in as a partner into the business officially in 2018. I think the Stikine is sort of a hub. And what I mean by that is we're open year-round. You have the restaurant, you have the cafe, and so we offer a variety of services to the locals.
We always try to think of ourselves as kind of like a lighthouse, you know. People come here for food, come here for coffee, come here for birthday dinners, anniversary dinners.
Everything. Where I'm standing didn't actually exist. We extended the property. We added facilities to the business. We remodeled the restaurant. We added the bar. We added the cafe operation, and we renovated every room in the hotel. Well, they come from a lot of different places, in the sense that I don't really have time to be a full-time chef because I'm the operational partner, which means I deal with every aspect.
I think probably since we fixed it up and redid so many things, a lot of people that come back to Wrangell and haven't been there for years are shocked at how much better it looks and the friendliness of the hotel.
I have to maintain the business, which also means whether I'm fixing toilets or whether I'm coming up with recipes. And so most of the time I have to be efficient with how I come up with recipes. It can be seeing something on YouTube. It can be seeing what's trending on Instagram. It could be going south and trying something on somebody else's menu and saying, man, that's really good. I'll try to replicate it up here. But as far as where my inspiration comes, there's beyond just those things. I also talk to the locals and I talk to the tourists, and it's good to know what they all want. When it comes to local seafood, we don't do a lot of it here because most of the locals have it in the freezer. And of course, when you're buying seafood, you have to pay what it costs, and it's hard to compete with free when it's in somebody's freezer. So the process of ordering food is, it's not super complicated, but we have a vendor right now that we work with, and we've worked with for many years, called US Foods. And so they have a website that we visit, and they have thousands of products, and we sort of go through the list of products and try to find the best deals, of course. And then we order on a Tuesday, and we receive it on the following Tuesday. So we're about a week out from when we order to when we receive it. I also work with local vendors, including Ocean View Gardens, including the Fishermen, Pacific Seafoods. And up here, you're guessing on what people are going to eat, but also you're working with limited space to store product, including cold storage and dry storage.
I would say managing all different kinds of employees.
I would say that the process of figuring out how to develop the company, when you're starting from, I would call it backwards, you're not even in a position where the company was successful when we got here, that was the hard part. Figuring out what works in a small town where you have a very limited amount of people to service. And to be perfectly honest with you, Wrangell has been in a depression since the 90s. Same thing with product. If you order the wrong product, or if you're throwing out product, balancing your budget, which everybody has to do as an adult, regardless, is the hardest part of running any business. Don't give up. I will work through all of my problems. I don't allow stress to dictate how I operate. If something is stressful, I try to resolve the problem until it's not stressful anymore. But I would say that the reason I became successful, besides my determination, is simply because I pay attention to what people. Sometimes people will tell you what they want, but it's not what they want. Paying attention to what they do is almost as important as anything else.
I would have liked COVID not to have happened, so that we could have expanded the hotel a couple of years ago like we originally planned, and I would still like to see that done.
Well, it's a good question. I've been here since I was 24, so I was pretty young when I took this on. My favorite part about working here is actually the progress in constantly creating new things. And the reason that's important to me is because don't set goals. You don't necessarily, in my opinion, it's more important to set goals without time frames. Because it's easy to beat yourself up if you don't make your time frame.
It was ready to fall down. It was very poor shape, had not been taken care of. If you do find something that you're very passionate about and you can turn it into a business,